Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. When it comes to making potato patties, my sister-in-law Franca makes the best in our family. And today folks, I get to share her recipe with you. Simple ingredients, easy to make, great results. Let's get started right now. So I've got a pot of water here. Let's put the flame on high and get that going. And what I've done is I went ahead and I cubed up some potatoes. And it doesn't matter which kind of potato you use, but you just cube them up into maybe quarters, or not too big, not too small pieces, because we are going to boil these. And I have about, there is 1 kilo of potatoes here, which is roughly just over 2 pounds of potatoes. And if you have an opportunity to soak your potatoes in water beforehand, do so, because it helps remove the starch. But if not, no problem. Put your potatoes, let's bring this to a boil, and we want to cook these potatoes and let them boil until they are totally soft and cooked right through. And the easy way you can tell is just poke a fork through them, and if the fork goes in easily, you know your potatoes are cooked. So, step 1, let's boil our potatoes. As we can see, our potatoes have just started to boil, and I should have mentioned, make sure your pot, make sure you have enough water to cover your potatoes when you start to boil them. Okay, so now that those have come to a boil, they're going to take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to soften up. So while those are cooking or boiling, we can prepare our other ingredients. I have 1 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, and to the breadcrumbs I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of paprika. Okay, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of dried parsley. If you have fresh parsley, by all means use the fresh parsley, and go ahead and use 2 tablespoons. Okay, so that's it for our breadcrumb mixture. I'm just going to mix them together. Okay, our breadcrumb mixture is now ready. Our potatoes are boiling, and we have another ingredient that we need to get ready. And that is mozzarella cheese. I have 1 ball here of mozzarella cheese. It's 340 grams. And we're going to use half of a mozzarella ball for this particular recipe. Okay, if you have, and use real mozzarella. Try to avoid using the processed cheese. It's definitely nowhere near as good. We'll just cut that in half. All right. That half I'll save for pizza, and this half I'm just going to shred it. So I like to shred the mozzarella. It's a good way to incorporate it into any recipe. If you don't have a shredder, by all means you can just cut it up into little pieces. That'll work as well. Okay, so I'm going to shred all of this, and we're just going to put this aside and wait for our potatoes to boil. And the other thing we're going to need are 5 tablespoons of grated Parmigiano-Reggiano. So this I grated myself. I like to buy the block of cheese of Parmigiano and grate it myself. If you don't have Parmigiano-Reggiano, this is optional. You don't need to use it, but Franca always uses it, so I'm putting it in. So it's been about 12.5 minutes. Let's just check on our potatoes. And the other thing you could do, folks, is when you cube your potatoes, try to make them all roughly the same size so that they cook evenly. Yeah, they're cooked. As you've seen there, that fork went in very easily. Okay, that can go off. And what I'll do now is I'm going to drain those potatoes. Let's just drain the water and come right back. Potatoes are drained and nice and hot. So now we have to mash them. You could mash them just with a fork if you like, but what I like to do is I like to use this potato ricer. This thing works fantastic. So all you do is get your cooked potato, put them into the potato ricer, and watch how beautiful they come out here. Just like that, you've got mashed potato. There we go. And I just continue to do that until these are all mashed. And that's the last of our potato right there. Okay. So, now, quite simply, what we're going to do, folks, is we are going to add our mozzarella and our Parmigiano-Reggiano. So we're going to start with the Parmigiano. 5 tablespoons of Parmigiano. 1, 2, 3. That's a nice generous 4. And 5. Okay. So we've added our Parmigiano. Just going to mix that in. Okay. And now we're going to add the mozzarella that we shredded up. Add a little bit of mozzarella. Mix that in. Okay. Add a little more. Mix that in. Alright, and then our last little bit of mozzarella. And let's get that all in there and mix that in. Alright. And I think you know what I'm going to say. When you think you've mixed enough, mix some more. Okay, we just want to make sure all the mozzarella and all that Parmigiano is mixed up evenly with our potato. It's already looking good, folks, right now. Oh my. You know what? These are so much fun to make. They're easy and fun to make. And the results, well, you're going to see. Delicious. Okay, all we have to do now is let this cool down. We're going to let it cool down and then we'll make our patties. So now comes the fun part. Okay, let's start by taking 1 large egg. Okay, in goes our large egg. I happen to be using a brown egg today, but it doesn't have to be brown. And to the large egg, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of water. And then just mix that together. So we're going to make an egg wash, basically, is what we're making here. Okay, there we have it. We take our potato. Make a nice patty. So what I like to do here, or what Franca likes to do, is she makes them into like an oval kind of oblong shape. Okay, so it'd be almost like, I guess you would say like a small hamburger, but not round, more oblong than round. Or in this case, almost rectangular. Okay, so you take your patty, dip in egg, remove the excess a bit, and into the breadcrumb mixture, and you want to get it covered in breadcrumb. And in fact, you want to just pat it down a little bit. Make sure you get a nice little layer of breadcrumb on your potato patty. Okay, that's looking pretty good. There we go. There's 1 patty right there. So we're just gonna put that aside and do the same thing and make another patty. And again, this is the fun part, right? You get to make these nice potato patties, and then we're going to fry them up. So let me continue doing this same process. Shape the patty in the egg. Drip the excess. Okay, into the breadcrumb mixture. Gently tap it. Make sure it gets coated in those nice seasoned breadcrumbs that we put together earlier. And there we go. There's our next patty right there. Okay, let's continue with all of these, and then we'll start frying. Now, one more thing I'd like to mention. What I like to do a lot of times, because we do have a lot of breadcrumb, I'll take my potato patty, put it in a bowl, and then shake it around, and you will get your potato patty completely covered on top and bottom. Just a little bit of an easier way, that's all, to cover our potato patties with the breadcrumbs. And our last one now is just about done. So this is I've made here 8 really, I'm going to call these large potato patties. Okay, so this recipe will easily make 8 to 10 large potato patties or 15 to 20 smaller ones. So I opted for the bigger ones today, And why not go big, right? Okay, so we're ready for the frying pan. For the frying, I am going to use grapeseed oil. But you could use, I like to use grapeseed or sunflower oil. Otherwise, just regular vegetable oil is fine. And you don't need that much, just a shallow fry to start with. There we go. Let's fire it up and let's bring it up to about 300 and 330 degrees. Oh boy, okay, there's 360 right there, so we're good. I'm gonna just drop that down to medium high. Let's get a potato patty. Nice little sizzle, I love that. Okay, we're gonna cook 2 at a time. And we wanna fry it just so it's golden brown on both sides. So we'll just give that a minute, let that fry up nicely, and then we'll flip it. Okay, we're coming up to about a minute. Let's take a look at this first one. Flip it gently. Oh yeah, it's already, you can see there the coloring. Very, very nice. Now remember, the potato is already cooked. So really, it only needs like a minute per side. That's it. Actually, not even. That was almost even too much. So I've got the temperature up to medium high. I'm going to drop it down to medium because it's cooking a bit too fast. Alright, so we're going to give it another minute on that side. Beautiful golden color. It's going to have a nice crunch to it. I love it. I lowered the heat, so that has helped us here a bit. And our first one is now done. I'm going to put it on some paper towel. This one's a little thicker. I'm just going to let it go a few more seconds. And in the meanwhile, we'll get another potato patty. And we'll get that going. Let's see how this looks on the bottom. Oh yeah. There we go. Isn't that nice? That's beautiful. Again, this one is a little bit thicker. It's perfectly fine. Let's get another one in there. There we go. Again, just a shallow fry. About a minute per side, that's all we need. So it's been a minute now on the medium heat. You can see it's not as hot. So let's check the coloration. Get that turned. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's golden. And then this one we'll give another couple seconds. Okay, it depends on the color. Actually, I like mine a little bit darker, so I might let it go just a bit longer now that we dropped the temp down to medium. Gently take that one out. Move it over, and then this one, this was the one that is, I mean, look at that color. That to me is just prime. Okay, that goes in. So let me finish cooking these up, and then we'll get them plated up, and we'll do the taste test. So folks, take a look at these beautiful potato patties right here. These are going to be delicious. And speaking of which, taste test time right now. So I'm going to cut into one. We got that little bit of mozzarella. Let me take a look here. We got that beautiful mozzarella cheese and Parmigiano cheese inside there. We're going to have a little bit of a breadcrumb mixture on the top, a little crunchy. You know what, folks? There's a reason why we love Franca's potato patties. And there's a reason why I made them so big. Because if you just make them small, you're just going to have to eat 2 or 3 of them because they are that tasty. You saw how easy these was to come together. Simple ingredients, folks. Basic cooking. Fun to put together and delicious to eat. If you get an opportunity, they make for a great side dish. By all means, give these potato patties a try. You're going to love them. I absolutely love them. Thank you, Franca, for sharing your recipe with us. And wherever you're tuning in from, until next time, buon appetito. Delicious.